Well, it's very interesting. So, so Ryan Cornelius is a British national. He was a very successful businessman in the Middle East. He developed real estate and other projects in Saudi Arabia and Bahrain, in the United Arab Emirates and Pakistan. And he had a very large real estate project in Dubai. In the global financial crisis, the Dubai authorities went into a terrible economic financial tailspin, and they decided they wanted the property back that he was developing. And instead of offering him money, they arrested him, kept him in solitary confinement. While he was in solitary confinement, he couldn't make payments on a loan from Dubai Islamic Bank, and his loan defaulted. They seized his property and all his other properties, including his home in London where his wife was living, and bankrupted his family, bankrupted him, and then sentenced him to 10 years in prison for fraud. At the end of the 10 years, the Dubai Islamic Bank, the bank that lent him the money, then came back and said, we want him to serve another 20 years. He's been in jail for 17 years. The United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has reviewed the case and determined that he's been wrongfully detained. He should be released. He should be paid compensation. That this whole thing was a complete stitch-up. And sadly, the British government, for many years, did absolutely nothing. I mean, they're now a little bit more active, but pretty much for most of the time did absolutely nothing to help this poor man. 17 years, he just turned 71 years old. The Dubai authorities have a law saying that when you turn 70, you should be released for compassionate purposes. They refuse to release him. The Dubai Islamic Bank is desperate to keep him in jail until he dies. And so we were looking at, what could we do? And one of the things that we noticed was that his wife, Heather Cornelius, is an Irish citizen. And so we went to Ireland. And I don't know how many viewers here are Irish, but we were amazed at how Irish people have a really strong sense of justice and right and wrong. And we had a very, very positive reaction from members of the Senate and the lower house of Parliament, and even the civil servants in government. And we just finished a one-day trip to Brussels, where we met a number of MEPs, including all the Irish MEPs, and hopefully the Irish pick up on this thing as well. And so it's hard to say what's going to happen, but now we've got at least another country interested in this terrible injustice, which should just not be happening.